Hey everyone, this week we're talking about the Uniform Crime Report, and so I thought that I would make a short video to give you some info on the UCR as well as the pluses and minuses of the Uniform Crime Report. So let's start with how they gather information for the Uniform Crime Report. The way it's gathered is police departments from all over the country, about 18,000 police departments, state, local, tribal, they all give a monthly report of the crime that they have in their communities, and they send that to the FBI, which then creates the statistics of the crime patterns that are happening. Now, it's broken up into two different parts, Part 1 and Part 2 crimes. Part 1 crimes include serious felonies, murder, forcible rape, aggravated assault, burglary, arson, motor vehicle theft, larceny, which is theft, and so they track those particular crimes. Part 2 crimes are all other crimes. Non-motor vehicle crimes, fraud and embezzlement are also tracked. Now that sounds all well and good, but there are lots of crimes that go unreported. And so that's what we're going to talk about, is some of the problems with the Uniform Crime Report. Now it's a good tool if I'm reporting those crimes as a police department and you're able to say murder rate is up, murder rate is down, robbery is up, robbery is down, and you're able to see where the hot spots are around the country. Now the problem with this is that not all crime is tracked and not all crime is reported. As we'll see with the some of the other ways that we collect data, we find that there are a large group of people who don't report crimes. And the Uniform Crime Report only is able to report what crimes have been reported to the police. So if you didn't report the crime, it's not counted. They do have a National Crime Victimization Survey which interviews victims of crimes even if they didn't report it. An example of this would be, let's say, rape in the military. Now there's a certain number of rapes that have been reported, but now studies are showing that there's a large amount of rapes that haven't been reported. Well, that doesn't mean that they didn't occur, it just means that they weren't reported, and that's one of the problems with the Uniform Crime Report. Another problem is they don't measure public order crimes, which would be disorderly conduct, things like that, or moral crimes, and most importantly, white-collar crimes. And that's important because a $300 robbery will be reported, but a $3 million computer hacking scheme won't be reported. The other thing that another problem with the Uniform Crime Report is how it's reported. The most serious of the crime is what gets reported. So for example, someone burglarizes a home, and while they're in the home they steal jewelry, they rape the occupant, and then they kill them. Well, the only thing that's going to go in the Uniform Crime Report is the murder, because that's the most serious. So it doesn't mean that there wasn't a theft or that there wasn't a burglary or that there wasn't a rape. It's just that those didn't go reported. Only the homicide would be reported. Another one of the problems would be is if there are many crimes like that, only one crime's getting reported. For example, if a suspect goes in and robs 5 people at a restaurant, it's counted as one robbery stemming from one incident. It doesn't get reported as 5 separate robberies, or sometimes it does get reported as 5 separate robberies and not one. So there's inconsistency on how that's being reported. So was that 5 individual robberies, or was it one incident that gets reported? So we can use the Uniform Crime Report as a tool to measure crime, but it's not the be-all and end-all of measuring crime. So a lot of times we'll see these surveys that say the Uniform Crime Report is crime is down or crime is up, and that may be an indicator, but remember, not all crimes are reported, not all the crimes that are reported are sent to the Uniform Crime Report, and there are some crimes that just go unreported, and in your neighborhood those crimes may be something that you're dealing with regularly, but they're not being reported to the Uniform Crime Report. I hope this helps you out, save you a little bit of reading, and I'll see you on the inside. Bye-bye.